This is our experience at the Dry Tortugas National Park aboard the Yankee Freedom Ferry. The beginning of our trip actually started at a nearby campground since we had to be at the seaport by 6 a.m. Sunsets at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park should be on everyone's list.
Good morning, super exciting morning. We're at the Key West Seaport and we are going to be camping in Dry Tortugas tonight.
The small group of islands known as the Dry Tortugas are located 70 miles west of Key West and are only accessible by private boat, seaplane, or in this case, a ferry. One breakfast and one lunch are provided on the trip, and campers usually leave the lunch for their last day back. After a 2.5-hour ride and a few sea turtle sightings later, Fort Jefferson was in the distance. Wheelbarrows are provided to campers and campsites are first come, first served. While there are grills and tables, there is absolutely no fresh water available, so planning in advance is crucial. The ferry only brings up to 10 campers per day, so reservations are needed and sites are $15 per night, payable in cash. Seaplanes do not transport campers. Kayaks can be rented in Key West and transported on the ferry for an additional fee, or if you're like us, we brought our inflatable one. Fishing gear is also allowed. And no worries, the lone American crocodile that once inhabited the moat for 14 years was relocated in 2017 to the Everglades. To kayak, you can request a permit with the park ranger. Loggerhead Key is about 3 miles away from Garden Key, which is where the fort is, and is only visited by staff or the experienced kayaker, but is still very popular. With no internet connection on the island, exploring and having fun is encouraged, especially for those with longer stays. Fort Jefferson is open sunrise to sunset and conducts one guided tour each day. Self-guided tours are also possible. Everything comes into perspective as you wave goodbye to your only transportation off the island, but now you have it all to yourself. The seaplanes visit multiple times per day, and this is last call. We made it! We're in Dry Tortugas. We are on the beach right now and we set up camp. We toured some of the fort and then tomorrow explore more of the island.
It's nighttime right now. We are in our tents.
The next day, we awoke at 6:30 a.m. to watch the sunrise.
It is 8 a.m. We are on Fort Jefferson right now, pretty much the only people. Woke up at 6:30 to see the sunrise, which was beautiful. And now we are here. Loggerhead Key is back there with the lighthouse. We're pretty much just exploring.
Being the first ones inside means taking all the touristy photos you want. Here they come, the first visitors of the day. From our self-guided tour, we learned that a filter system was built into the fort to convert rainwater into potable water. The reason the islands are called the Dry Tortugas was because there was no fresh water and the amount of sea turtles in the area. We even spotted some hatchling tracks on one of the beaches. Because the island is part of the United States, it has seen a few balsas cubanas wash up on land and kept this one on display. This refugee boat had a car motor and makeshift paddles.
about to snorkel. The water is pretty cold. The ferry hasn't arrived with everybody for the day, just the seaplane with a bunch of people or whoever else stayed for camping. Just gonna do some snorkeling. Well, that's it. We are leaving Dry Tortugas, here for a night of camping. Basically here for like 2 days. Did snorkeling, very cold water by the way, walking the fort. It's pretty amazing. I would definitely recommend.
After a filling lunch, we're on our 2.5-hour ride back to the seaport.
We're officially leaving. Key West. 155 miles home to Miami.
If you ever get a chance to visit Dry Tortugas, definitely do it and experience it yourself.